I don't know how many of you watch the news, but I love to watch the news. Not so much local. I do keep up with local news, but I watch more of world news because I like to know what's going on in the world. What goes on in the world affects me here locally. Anyway, so I take the time to be informed, and especially now that there's a Ukraine war with Russia, and that Russian invasion has showed the world numerous things. One of the things it has shown me is that the news media, uses advisors, generals, people with experience to express their opinions about the war. But what I can't understand is why these advisors that they bring on and why journalists would ask them questions that almost seem to help the enemy. For instance, they will bring somebody on, a general or an advisor or somebody with military experience, and say, you know what? The Russians got it wrong. They should have done this. They should have done that. They shouldn't have left their troops there. Their troops should have done this. They should have done used this weapon. It's almost like they are telling the Russians what they should do to win the war. While I understand that advice and opinions are good, do they really need to go that far? Sometimes they would even make projections, and I know people are interested in saying where the war might go, but giving projections of what the enemy should and should not do, to me, in my opinion, does not help Ukrainians win the war. I mean, conversely, the news media does highlight what Ukrainians need, their leadership needs, their military generals need in order to win the war. And I have to give it to the media that if they weren't there, and I'm talking about media companies like CNN, BBC, MSNBC, they're doing a really good job of highlighting the war and what is needed to help Ukrainians win the war. However, the advice, in my opinion, that they get from a lot of the people that they talk to should stay with what other countries should do in order to help Ukrainians, rather than saying, Russians should have done this or Russians should have done that. I just don't agree with that. Yes, the Russians have had some collateral losses, and maybe they can, these advisors can talk about that, their losses and how they may be feeling or whatever, but to say, what the enemy should be doing in order to have a victory, to me, that, I don't know, that should be left out. But tell me, what do you think about it? Feel free to give your comments in my YouTube channel.